Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we are discussing the lovely Patek Philippe annual calendar 5396R. This is the -011 model, 38.5 millimeters in rose gold. It is 11.3 millimeters thick, 46.8 millimeters from lug to lug, and 21 millimeters between the lugs. The timepiece features a lovely aperture-style annual calendar, the annual calendar being an invention of Patek Philippe, first launched in 1996 on the 5035. This watch largely continues in the tradition of previous annual calendars, but with a cleaner dial and, of course, a handsome, timeless Calatrava-inspired case band. Throwing the watch on the wrist, you can see my wrist, 16 centimeters in circumference, wears it well. And it's not excessively broad across the wrist, which is why I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters in circumference, and it fits easily underneath a dress cuff. Taking a quick look at the hardware and the software, the watch features a medium rectangular scale Alligator leather strap in dark brown with a semi-gloss finish, a little bit of bolstering to give it volume, a folded edge, a monotone stitch, calfskin on the underside, and you can see this is a brand new Patek factory strap. We also have little pull tab spring bars as featured on modern Patek straps. The idea is you can pull the tab and remove the strap from the case without tools. There is a matching Calatrava cross atop a full polished red gold single fold deployant clasp to avoid dropping your watch while you are donning or removing it at bedside. That Calatrava inspired case band features blended lugs, full high polish, a little bit of step back of the bezel from the case band to break up its sheer, and then you can see that it has a traditional, relatively shallow and thin but sharply knurled logo style crown. The bezel has very shallow conical plane, giving way to a dial of opaline silver. It's a sort of very subtle matte silver rather than a directional sunburst grain. We have golden dimples outboard for reading the seconds and the minutes, and then we have dart style rose gold hour indices applique all with fluted Dauphine style hands at center for the hours and the minutes. The fluted center makes it a better contrast against the dial base. And then we have a counterweighted lancet style seconds hand. We have steps down, that is, we have stepped apertures for the day, the month, as well as the date. So it's not a sheer cut through the dial, but a gradual step down to the discs, which are silver to match the dial. There's a 24-hour indicator coaxial with the moon phase, and that 24-hour indicator reminds you that during the wee hours of the night, you should not use the pusher adjusters to set the watch. In general, you don't want to set this watch between about 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. The timepiece is an annual calendar needing adjustment once per year, that is annually, during the jump from February to March. However, the moon phase, once adjusted, has a 122-year adjustment interval, so you can basically set it and forget it. Flipping the watch over, you can see caliber 324, at least that's the base movement used, automatic winding. It beats away at 8 beats per second. It has an anti-magnetic silicone hairspring, a durable free-sprung Gyromax style balance, 6-position adjustment, a 45-hour power reserve, and with the Patek Philippe seal, the Gyromax balance, the anti-magnetic silicone hairspring, and the 6-position adjustment, Patek guarantees that this watch from the factory will run no worse than -3 + 2 seconds per day. It's a unidirectional winder with efficient, unlubricated ceramic rotor bearings. 30 meters water resistant with a snap-down case back and a push-down crown. All of this pivoting on 34 jewels and handsomely hand-finished, though Patek movements are started mechanically with features like electro spark erosion and CNC. By the time we get to the finishing of the bevels, the laying of the Côte de Genève, the engine turning, all of that is done using old school manual methods, so there's still a great deal of handcraft. The bevels are broad, rounded, and crystal clear, mirrored surfacing. The Côte de Genève, you can see rounded on the rotor and linear across the bridges, perfectly aligned. We have small perlage on the rotor, as well as on the ratchet wheel for the winding system in the base plate. All screw heads black polished with chamfered slots and chamfered circumference, and then the wheels have been beautifully satinated. A wonderful movement that's a good timekeeper inside a calendar that is a distinctive engineering innovation of Patek Philippe. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.